Hello my friends, it's Matthew Street. Welcome to my channel. As always, I truly appreciate you being here. And folks, what do you do when a nor'easter is hitting your part of the country and it's this wet, cold, freezing rain, snow, nothing much to do productive, certainly outside, nothing. And so what do? You decide to make a video. So that's what I'm doing, folks. I didn't really have one planned per se, but a couple ideas popped into my head and I said, wow, I was listening to an album the other day that I hadn't listened to in a while, and I thought to myself, oh my goodness, this album is hitting a decade old already. It is 10 years old as of later this year. And that album is this one, folks. New by Paul McCartney. Came out 2013, I believe it was end of the year, like October of 2013. So we're a few months away, but we're coming up on the 10th year anniversary. Can you believe it? I mean, if you're a Paul fan like I am, you got to be blown away that this is almost 10 years old this year, 2023. I'm like shocked. I said, really? It's that old already? Because it seems like it just came out yesterday to me. I mean, I love McCartney 3. I enjoy Egypt Station. I'm not, here to criticize those two. But I have to say, if I have to pick a favorite out of the recent era of Paul McCartney, within the last 10 years or so, I think I'm picking this one as my number one, folks. I really am. I really love the new album. Now, it came out, Paul was really behind this album. There was a lot of different themes to it. Some of the bigger themes in this album were that he was trying to show his love for Nancy at the time, his happiness with his wife Nancy through this album. It was inspired certainly by current events in his life. But several of the songs are also inspired by his pre-fame, pre-Beatles past, like way back when he was young. And I love that aspect of it. So you get the newer, current events in his life that are part of this album. You get the past that's part of this album. You get the joy of the love of his life, Nancy, as part of this album. And I just really love the overall theme. I think Paul really believed in this album because he really got behind it and promoted it. And to me, it feels like a real band album because he's got Wicks on this album, Abe, Brian, Rusty's on this album, and a host of other musicians and characters as well. But he's got his live band here playing on this album. It feels like a band album. And you know what? It's top-notch in my book. And it's been proven by how well it did. This went top 10 in numerous countries across the globe. And here in the United States, it made number 3. It was a overwhelming success, in my opinion, for Paul. It really, and I'm sure his great promotion of this album didn't hurt the fact that it did so well. Now, he had a lot of singles from this album. You had I think the first single was New, the song New. Then you had Queenie Eye, Save Us, Appreciate, Early Days. They were all singles at one point or another. He worked with several producers. Now you had Giles Martin, son of George, was the executive producer, but Giles also produced several songs. You also had Mark Ronson producing some songs. Ethan Johns produced some songs. Paul Epworth produced some songs. He was working with a lot of young, new producers that had good track records, and they really came through for Paul on this album because the album is very diverse, very, wide-ranging in its stylings, and yet, for someone like me who can be very particular as to what I want to listen to, it works for me. It works. The different soundscapes on this album work, and I truly, truly enjoy it. Now, Paul, as I said, went out and heavily promoted this album. He was at the iHeart Music Fest that year. He did a big surprise concert right in Times Square for this album. He went to, around that same period, went to the Frank Sinatra School of the Arts in Queens, New York, and did a surprise concert. He was on the Jimmy Kimmel late night show. He was on the Jimmy Fallon late night show. I mean, he was when he was touring after this came out, he was playing a lot of the songs from this album. He really was getting behind the new album, and I love it. I think it's absolutely fantastic. So I'm just here to give a little love and praise to this album and mark its 10th year anniversary, 2013 to 2023. Show you a couple of things I have. Not everything involving the new album, but just maybe try to get you a little bit enthusiastic or excited about it. If you haven't gotten into it, to give it a try, listen to it. And if you are into it like me, maybe a reminder to you that, hey, it's 10 years old now. Pull it off the rack, give it a spin, and enjoy it all over again, in my opinion. Now, this is the first CD I got, you know, from the day it came out. The single CD with like no bonus or extras was like a reddish, I'll show it to you in a second here. It was like, I'll show it to you in a minute. It was like a reddish theme, like red and orange and yellow on the neon and stuff. This was a deluxe edition I got. I'm not sure where I got it, but it has like a bluish purple pink type theme on the coloring. And here's the song track listing on the back. And you got extra songs on it. So after the final song on the regular CD, Road, on this one you got Turned Out and Get Me Out of Here. So you got 2 bonus tracks on this. And it's a nice little package. Talks about the making of the album, you know, a couple of nice pictures here and there. Again, I won't... one nice thing about this was that you got this cool little thing. I mean, how many CDs give you some really cool little bonus material? There's the actual disc. Not much to it. Very plain there. And then over here in this deluxe edition, again, only deluxe meaning 2 extra songs, you do get a nice little booklet, you know, with the lyrics, all about the album. And I'll just flip some pictures. Very nice set. Very, very well done. I like it. I love it. Great stuff. All right, you get the idea. Good stuff, right? But what was nice is right in the CD pocket, which I thought was a nice touch, is you got some Paul postcards. I mean, that's pretty cool. Blank on the back, but you got that one. And then you got this one. You got this one. Again, all with a blank back. You got this. I mean, look at you. They keep coming, folks. That's pretty generous of them to give you all this. And you got this one when the locusts were landing all over him at one of the shows. One's on his shoulder there. Remember that incident? And this one with the fire going off, I assume from Live and Let Die. So look at, I mean, that's a ton of postcards you're getting. And then you get this laminate, almost like a backstage pass look to it, although it's not. It's just like a laminate that you could put a little lanyard on, and there's a picture of Paul with his faux autograph. And on the back, there's his faux autograph, and that's what the original album looked like. Okay, the color scheme, actually. Let me get this here so I can kind of give you a comparison. So the deluxe one with 2 extra songs, all these postcards, and the laminate, and that's what the regular album looked like over here. That color scheme, okay? So that's nice. Then after that, I went out and I got this cool thing called the, in case I can't read all this, it's white lettering on clear here. New Paul McCartney, the Collector's Edition, a 2 CD and 1 DVD. Includes 3 previously unreleased songs and 4 songs recorded live in Tokyo at the Tokyo Dome, plus a DVD that features footage from the release events in Las Vegas, New York, London, and much, much more. And folks, it's a beautiful little set. It looks like a booklet. Again, slightly different color scheme from this. See it? Elongated. And look at the great stuff you're getting on this. I don't know how it's going to translate, but you're getting the album, all these bonus cuts on 2 CDs, and then a DVD with all kinds of goodies. And folks, it's absolutely beautiful. I mean, the 3 CDs are in these little, and the DVD and 2 CDs, I should say, are in this little slip pockets in the back, colorful. As you can see, 2 nice pictures of Paul in the back there. But then you get this beautiful book with all the written word from the CD, the regular CD, about the album, the making of the album. But then you get tons more pictures in this deluxe set. Absolutely beautiful. Now, I didn't pull everything out. I got a couple of other things involving the new album, but I just took out a few things to show you here today, folks. Let's celebrate it. Let's celebrate the 10th anniversary of this great, outstanding Paul McCartney album. an album I love and cherish very, very much. All right, more writing there, lyrics and stuff. Nice color scheme from his electric piano. And then more is the Times Square thing. So this obviously was produced after the Times Square show because there are pictures of that in here. All right. There's a video for early days he did, I believe. A lot more pictures there. Live stuff. Great stuff. This is a great edition if you can find it, folks. Again, it's a 2 CD with the album and, I think that's it. Yeah. A 2 CD with the album, all the bonus songs. I mean, just to give you an idea, after Road, you get Turned Out and Get Me Out of Here on the first disc. Then on the bonus audio, you're getting Struggle, Hell to Pay, Demons Dance, Save Us at the Tokyo Dome, New, Queenie Eye, and everybody out there all at the Tokyo Dome. So you're getting a lot of bonus audio and, again, all that stuff on the DVD. Great, great set, right? A couple more things I want to show you before we finish our new celebration is I did get the vinyl, the limited edition pink vinyl. Had to get that. That came out, you know, oh God, I can't remember when this thing was released. It was after the album. Again, with the lyrics and all this good stuff. And then an inner sleeve with about the album and the making of the album. A couple pictures of Paul. But the creme de la creme is the vinyl. The pink vinyl with a plain white label. New. Very heavy, thick vinyl. Nice, right? And last but not least, before I get out of here, and my little mini celebration of the 10th year anniversary of New, is to tell you how this would be a great album for a deluxe archive edition. Come on, Paul. You know, you jump around a little bit. If you're not going to do London Town and Back to the Egg right now or Press to Play or whatever, jump up to New. Let's get the New album out there. Listen to the stuff you could have on New. So you got Road, Turned Out, Get Me Out of Here, Scared, Struggle, Hell to Pay, Demons Dance, It's So Easy. He recorded a version of It's So Easy around this time period. Best Love, Queenie Eye intro where Paula introduces Queenie Eye in a radio promo edit. And then the song plays. A slow version of Buddy Holly's It's So Easy that he recorded around this time period. I'm not saying it was recorded for the album. This is stuff that could be on an archive edition that I've taken note of. Now, how about this stuff? Listen to this. Remember Cut Me Some Slack? Meat Free Monday? I'm in Love Again? Save Us at Tokyo Dome. New, Queenie Eye, Tokyo Dome, Queenie Eye long intro. Everybody out there live at Tokyo Dome. Hope for the Future. He could do all the Hope for the Future stuff on a new archive edition. Main, Thrash, Beat Session Mix. Hope for the Future, Jaded Mix. Mirwa Mix. Hope for the Future Edit. Sweet Thrash Mix 1, Sweet Thrash Mix 2. And then there's a couple other things. Only One instrumental, 4 or 5 seconds. He could put on an archive edition, maybe. All Day and All Day, the clean version. This is just some stuff, some songs, some extra bonus stuff that was from around this time period of the New album that Paul could do something with, I think. So, folks, celebrating New, just wanted to go over it quick with you, how much I love this album, how much it means to me. If you haven't given it a chance, give it a chance. And if you have, go give it a listen today. Why not? We're celebrating 10 years of one of Paul's truly finest albums. Certainly one of his finest of the modern era. Paul McCartney, New. Check it out. Love you all. Bye-bye.